Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Warcraft Weekly, episode number 3, and this is your weekly news show taking a look at everything that's been happening in the world of Azeroth. Today's date is the 31st of September, and we're going to be taking a look at everything that's happened in the past 7 days. In the news this week, earlier on in the week we were given a list of some of the changes that are going to be made to hunters in order to allow them to kind of customize their gameplay more to their liking. Now what they're going to be changing is the barrage ability is going to be made more rotational. Murder of Crows has had its duration, its cost and its cooldown reduced by 50%, and the Fervor ability has been replaced with a new ability called Steady Focus, which when casting your Cobra Shot or Steady Shot twice in a row, or using your Focusing Shot ability, it will increase your focus regeneration by 50% for 10 seconds. Hopefully these changes will be more to the hunter's liking, and please do provide feedback as they are tuning based on the feedback that people do provide to them. We've had an update to the Warlords of Draenor patch notes, and in the latest round of notes, there was a change to the Pandaren racial, which decreases the benefit of welfare effects from 100%, which is what it currently is in Mists of Pandaria, down to 75%, which is what it will be in Warlords of Draenor. However, since this decision was made, Blizzard have decided to revert it back, and Celestalon has confirmed that it is going to go back to the 100% buff instead of 75%. There were also some specific changes to class crowd control abilities, and there were also quite a few changes to the main class abilities in order to further fine-tune them and get them ready for when the game goes live. Over the period of the past week, we've been releasing previews of some of the new models that are going to be coming with Warlords of Draenor, and these are the high-definition 3D previews of the models, all of which can be found over on our YouTube channel. There'll be a link for that available in the video description below. There are still some free character migrations available for the EU realms, so if you are on the Outland realm, then you are still able to transfer to either Karazhan or Grimbatol for free. Now do keep in mind that these free character migrations will only be available until Tuesday the 2nd of September. This week we've also learnt that the Call to Arms feature for Battlegrounds is going to be removed come Warlords of Draenor. This feature was originally intended to bring some variety to the Battleground experience, but eventually Blizzard had to weigh in the benefits and the consequences of this feature, and the Call to Arms had an adverse effect on the queue times in a fairly profound way. And when Battlegrounds did get the Call to Arms buff on them, Blizzard kind of saw that certain Battlegrounds were where one faction would tend to queue for Call for Arms, while the others would tend to avoid it, and I guess that must be based on the server populations, but that has been changed slightly with the Connected Realms. Ian Hazakostis, otherwise known as Watcher, has tweeted a few changes that are going to be coming to some of the older encounters in order to allow players to solo them with more ease. The Spine of Deathwing encounter roll mechanic will take significantly longer to occur when he's unbalanced and there's only one player on his back, and on Thorim there will be no more Death Ball when the arena is empty. These changes are going to be live as of patch 6.0. Unfortunately this week there was no more Mythic raid testing on the Warlords beta, however Watcher has tweeted to let us know that next week there are plans for it to be quite a busy week of raid testing. Based on this, I'd guess that we might potentially finish up the Highmaul Mythic testing and maybe even make a start on Blackrock Foundry. Additionally, on the raiding side of testing, the second part of the Highmaul Looking for Raiders opened up this week, and you're now able to go and test Tectus, the Twin Ogron and Korag on Looking for Raid difficulty. You're able to queue for Looking for Raid at any level on the beta, so you can do this on either the leveling realm or the level 100 realm, as you will be scaled up to level 100 for the purposes of the testing. Over the weekend, the annual PAX Prime convention was once again hosted in Seattle at the Washington State Convention Center, and just like in past years, Blizzard have had a booth set up again where you could go and try out Warlords of Draenor, see what is in the works for Hearthstone, play a brand new demo for Heroes of the Storm, take part in giveaways and win prizes, and also talk with Blizzard developers about the games you love to play. Over the next few days, we will keep our eyes out for any potential interviews or valuable information from this event that developers might have provided, and will provide links and write-ups to it where needed. And to wrap up this week's news, last Sunday, Bay and Anna from Finalboss TV got a chance to sit down with Vigilate from Midwinter and Calligraphy of Temerity in order to talk about the current state of rogues and Windwalker monks on the Warlords beta. And you can find a link to this episode in the comments section below. There's no Finalboss show this Sunday, however next week on September the 7th, they're going to look to do another Warlords Impressions show, taking a look at the current state of healing. So that's going to wrap up this week's weekly news. As always, thank you for watching/listening, and we'll see you next week.